some technical difficulties there. A certified service dog is back home with his owner tonight. We'll have that story in just a little bit. But moving along this evening, 10 Underside is letting you know about a homelessness program in Hampton Roads that will get more money from a federal grant this year than it did last year. The United States Department of Housing and Urban Development awarded a $3.6 million grant to nonprofit groups in Norfolk, Chesapeake, Suffolk, and the surrounding communities. 10 Underside's Ann McNamara explains how the money will be used in tonight's top story. Ann?
Melanie, let's be really clear. This money is not a guarantee. Nonprofit groups across the country participate in a very difficult application process to win these grants. And as you'll hear, nonprofits right here in Hampton Roads rely on this money to get renewed so they don't have to shut down housing and service programs they already have in place.
It's a tough time right now for donations.
Sarah Page Fuller, the director of Norfolk's Office to End Homelessness, says this year her staff made a big decision to combine Norfolk's homelessness programs with those in Chesapeake and Suffolk.
To make sure that we could be much more competitive in what's turned out to be a very tight competition with HUD, to make sure we can get our renewals every year.
The tactic worked, and the group was awarded a $3.6 million grant from the federal government to fight homelessness.
People come, it's like $3.6 million. You should be able to end homelessness with that. What it does, though, is the majority of that money actually goes to pay leasing costs for people's rents for apartments that they're already in.
The money keeps a roof over the heads of those who've already escaped life on the streets.
We have more single adults literally homeless than we do families, but we know there are many, many families living doubled up, and they have children who are very vulnerable with them.
And with the grant comes responsibility. Local nonprofits must match 20% of the total amount, meaning in Chesapeake, Norfolk, and Suffolk, nonprofits have to raise $720,000 in 2012.
If people are thinking, what can I do? Contribute to your local homeless services organization.
Fuller is still crossing her fingers. She's waiting to hear if Norfolk and Chesapeake will be recipients of an even more competitive HUD grant. That money would be used to expand the Housing First program by adding 10 units in Norfolk and 9 units in Chesapeake and Suffolk. The winners of that grant will be announced early next year. Melanie?
All right, thanks, Ann. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development also